Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl.
Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator.
The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey, party people. It is episode 163 of The Brink of Sanity.
Say it ain't so.
It ain't so. Oh,
Yes,
no, wait, it
we
is.
are-
It actually really is. 163. We're back from our holiday break. We're allowed to take a vacation.
Yeah. Jay, where did you go for your vacation?
I went to my apartment.
Wow, that sounds exotic.
I went to my parents' house, and then I went to my apartment.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
I've coined this term myself. It is called a staycation.
You have not. You're a liar. I've heard maybe 30,000 people say that in my lifetime.
I know. It caught on really quick.
If that was you, man, you should have copyrighted that. You could have made tons of money.
Wish I did.
You know who makes tons of money?
Who does?
So my baby son, my 6-month-old, has a lot of toys.
Oh, I thought you were
All
going to
the
say he earns a ton of money.
No, that'd be cool if he did. All the toys play music. The voice for the songs is the same woman for every freaking toy. That woman, if she's not loaded, she's an idiot.
So she's like the movie voiceover guy for children singing toys.
Yeah, he's got like a toy puppy. He's got a toy mailbox. He's got like a toy train, and they all sound exactly the same. They all sing the same ABCs, and they sing a bunch of different dumb songs. The mailbox sings about I'm sending out the mail. I'm sending out the mail. And
In a world where the wheels on the bus go round and round. Yeah, so baby's still doing good.
still doing good. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Good.
And he's sleeping right now, and so our show will be interrupted if he wakes up.
Okay, that's good to know.
Cool.
Yeah,
You
so
know-
it's been a while. thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com and 631-676-1181 is the voicemail. So you can contact us for stuff.
Yeah, we could answer your questions.
And we also have a Twitter. I don't know what it is, but we have a Twitter.
We will answer the great questions. Ask us a question that you think is a great mystery in life, and we will provide you a decent answer.
Decent to good.
Jay, what's the purpose in life?
Nick of Sanity with a K is our Twitter.
I love how it's not even named the rink anymore.
No, I changed it.
Jay, what's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is to get through it
There you go.
without being too angry.
That's even better.
Which I'm doing a very poor job of right now. We have a top 5 today,
Oh,
and we're going to do our top 5.
yeah.
What do you think about that? We're very touch and go to start this show today.
Okay, so let's do our top 5. Jay, what's the top 5?
Top 5 is things we want to happen in 2012 because it is now 2012.
Okay, I'm going to start the show off by saying that I want Pat Robertson to get anal cancer.
Who is Pat Robertson for people who only read comic books and not news?
He's like that religious psycho that does like the 700 Club, and every time there's a natural disaster, he blames it on gay people or abortion.
Oh, right.
Like he said when that big earthquake they had in Haiti, he said, well, that happened to the Haitian people because they made a deal with the devil to free themselves from the French. He makes up elaborate, insane stories. Hurricane Katrina was God punishing us for having gay people and around here, and abortions. And for the most part, he says crazy things like that also. And he sounds like a total whack job, but in Republican circles, he's held in very high esteem and usually has access to the White House when the Republicans are in the office.
No, good to know.
So that's great news. But anyhow, I hope he gets anal cancer. I hate him.
Okay. That's a good number 1.
Yes.
My first one is sometime this year, I want to get one solid good night's sleep.
Oh, because you have a baby?
No, I don't have a baby, although I am getting good practice for having a baby. Now I can have one right away, and I'll just pick, no sleep, no problem, because I don't sleep anyway.
What's been going on?
Well, let's see. For the first 3 days of the year, we had a cat in heat that decided to camp out outside our window. So it was just nonstop loud meowing all night. And then in the mornings, like an hour and a half before my alarm clock goes off, my cat likes to yell at the squirrels outside. So as soon as the one cat stopped, the other one started. And then I also live in an apartment with a crappy radiator, and it sounds like 10-pound boulders are getting thrown against our wall, which also seems to only happen between 6 and 7 in the morning.
So your apartment doesn't sound like a vacation to live in.
No, it hasn't been very fun.
Does the girlfriend have as much problem sleeping?
She's a very light sleeper, so she has a horrible night's sleep when none of that's going on. So I can't even imagine her sleep patterns right now. Top that off with me like snoring in her ear, and
Does she is there a room in the bed for you, her, and the sleep apnea machine?
I dropped the sleep apnea machine. I started snoring with the sleep apnea machine. I'm like, well, why am I going to look like I have a pilot's mask on if I'm going to snore anyway?
You think the sleep apnea mask actually made you sound like louder?
Maybe it did. I don't know. It was like, I guess I was supposed to go and get it readjusted or whatever, but I decided to stop. I lost a few pounds, and now I just breathe very loudly, but it's not a snore anymore. So I'm assuming if I lose more, I'll stop like breathing loud and be like a normal human being again.
Is that how snoring works?
Well, yeah, the fatter you get, the more you snore.
They never have that commercial on TV where like, I used to snore, then I lost 20 pounds.
Yeah, they really should. That would be a good selling point for like gyms or, diet plans and stuff. Like, I was a sloppy fat fuck, and then I snored in everyone's face, and now I don't.
How much weight did you lose?
Pound-wise, not much, but...
Pound-wise, I actually gained weight. I don't know why I even said I lost weight.
No, but I've been going to the gym, so I think I converted some of the fat to muscle, so it's misleading.
Like you converted Celsius to Fahrenheit?
Well, like my pants are baggier, but it says I only lost like 5 pounds. It doesn't make sense. So I think it's just because I'm so buff now.
You're probably all muscle now. You're probably like He-Man.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
At work, they're probably like, Jay, don't get angry. I'm sorry. Whatever I did, you look big. We're going to paint you green.
I do get that sometimes. Sometimes I just tear my shirt to say that I did go into Hulk mode before work. So don't make me go back. Every time they drop a folder on my desk, I'm like, I'm going to go into Hulk mode. What's your number 4? Or number 2, depending on which direction you're going?
So my number 4 or 2 or whatever.
You always go in the opposite direction I go. I like to build up to number 1. You like to start with number 1.
I'd like Bing and Google to settle their dispute and have one search engine, just one universal search engine. I don't want to ever even think about what the other search engines will offer me. I know there's many search engines out there. Yahoo had one, and there's Bing, and there's Google. I don't know what the difference between all of them are. I don't want to ever have to figure it out.
Wait. People use Bing?
I think like 20 or 30% of people use Bing.
Really?
I don't know what it offers you over Google. I guess this wasn't really like something that wanted to happen. I'm just curious, like, why anyone uses like Bing over Google.
I know Yahoo's terrible.
Or I don't know why. Like, if you're going to compete with Google, you should offer something above and beyond what Google already offers.
That'd be pretty hard to do.
Like Google, you start typing the word, they already have the search up there. Like maybe Bing, you start typing the word, and you're actually in the location. You're like, Hawaii, yeah, this is awesome.
The money just starts shooting out of your monitor. Like, I don't know what else they can do. I know Yahoo, you actually have to pay to get higher up in their directory. So, like, only corporations show up on a lot of searches. Like, we have a Knicks podcast, and, like, we'll show up on Knicks searches in Google, but on Yahoo, we won't because we don't pay.
I wonder if that my new Daddyhood site. I'm going to look at this because I don't pay for my new Daddyhood site, but it's there's no way else. There's no way I'm not on the. I should be the top for the word new Daddyhood. I should be the top search.
Should be. You may not be though.
I am.
You are.
I actually am. Yeah.
That's a very specific search though.
And then the second one is one of my posts, A Tale of Two Babies. And my third one is from Dig. My baby only knows how to cry like it is life or death.
All right, my next one, I have to write neater. Oh, yeah, I want one of the 3 channels that I actually watch not to be blacked out on my cable network.
You've done some crossover. You do some Nick stuff on the Brink Show.
Yeah, well, it's...
Explain to our audience who's not Nick fans what you're talking about.
Well, basically, one of the only reasons I have cable is to watch live sports, specifically the Knicks, because we do a Knicks talk show, and that channel is now blacked out from my cable. So I pay $130 a month to DVR Modern Family. And it's kind of annoying. And it's also very difficult to do the show when I can't watch the games. The MSG network decided that since the local sports team made the playoffs for the first time in 10 years, they would jack up the price 53%. And our cable company said no, because Mark has the same one, and now neither of us get the game or the channel.
Screw you, Time Warner. Screw you, MSG. Screw you all. I hate you all.
So this will probably be resolved like right after the season ends, because that's just the way this year is going so far.
Okay, so this is just maybe I'm an a-hole for saying this. But you go to like some kind of function and like someone brings a salad, like a family function. You've been to things where there are salads, and there's always dressing. I think we should just not allow dressing for salad that's regular full fat dressing, because you get dressings and like the dressing says like 15 grams of fat, and like it'd be just healthier to have eaten a cheeseburger than eating like salad with that dressing on it.
Yeah, some of those dressings are so high calorie, like literally. It's
the United States should outlaw the sale of dressing that has more than like 2 grams of fat. Because just freaking outlaw it, because there's no need for anyone to actually eat salad if you're going to do this. It's like our nation's getting fatter eating salad. How do you get fatter eating salad?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to have that many calories, I want a burger.
And if you go to someone's house and they have a salad out and they only have super fattening dressing, you want to hit them. Because you're like, if you're going to put salad out, and I'm going to be dumb enough to eat this, don't give me this dumb dressing.
Because you'd have to put about 3 drops on for it to be like a normal amount.
Yeah, and the thing is, like one serving with is like a teaspoon is like 10 grams of fat. So the amount I'm going to put on the salad to make the salad taste like not like I'm eating grass is going to be like 400 grams of fat. And I might as well have eaten 3 whole pizzas instead of eating that salad. And I understand, like, growing up, like when we were growing up, it wasn't like these non-fat stuff wasn't as like prevalent. It wasn't like you can easily get this. You can get this now. Growing up, my mom used to mix mayonnaise and ketchup and call it Russian dressing. We put that on salad. Mm-hmm. So we basically put a heap of mayonnaise on the salad, which probably explains why I was a fat kid. But I just think you just don't call it salad dressing. Just call it like gravy. If it's over a certain amount of fat, it should be called salad gravy.
Salad gravy, I like that.
At least you would know what you're putting on. You wouldn't get confused. Because there are people in this country who are dumb enough to think it is healthy when you put like the Russian, like whatever dressing on, and it's just like pure oil and fat and lard.
But I'm eating a salad.
I'm eating a salad.
You know what else is a scam? Cereal. Have you looked at the back of the box of cereal? You literally need to have like 4 spoonfuls with skim milk to have it be one of their serving sizes. It's sick. I must have 4 or 5 servings of cereal when I pour myself a bowl.
I love cereal. I buy so much. I have cereal every morning for breakfast.
And I guarantee you have at least 4 servings.
I do, because I go back for a second bowl.
Oh, if you're having a bowl, that's already like 4. You're probably having like 10 servings.
I don't care. It's breakfast. I'm eating whatever. I try to choose like the less like unhealthy cereals, basically. Mm-hmm. I used to just look at the calories and think like, oh, the calories aren't so bad. They're fortified with vitamins, whatever. Then it was pointed out to me they have a lot of sugar. I mean, not that you would like, I wouldn't notice already, but like someone said to me and I realized how much sugar they have.
Well, it's the serving size is a cup. Do you know what a cup of cereal is?
Not enough to eat.
No, definitely not.
What kind of cereal do you have?
I usually have low-fat granola cereal, but I probably have like 5 servings of it.
I have this Special K that comes with little chocolate bits in it. That can't be healthy, but it's really tasty.
Yeah. Chocolate.
It's Special K Chocolate Delight or something.
I think I've had that, and I think it was awesome.
It's pretty cool. And then I mix in. I've gone back to grape nut recently, which I've had a torrid love hate affair with throughout my life.
Why the hate?
You know, it's grape nut always seems like a good idea, and I start eating it, and I'll like it for a couple days. Then I'll be like, "What is this shit I'm putting in my mouth?" I'll not be able to finish the box, and I'll be like, "I can't believe I bought like 3 boxes of this," and I have to throw them away. And I've had like every 5 to 6 years, I go back to it. And I'm like, "Oh, grape nuts is great." I'm back on the love affair with it. You know what's crazy about cereal? Also, I could talk about cereal for a while. Do you know how freaking expensive cereal is at the store?
It is. It isn't cheap.
It's like $7 for a box.
I like the Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds. But yeah, that's like $5 for a small box.
I refuse to pay more than $3.50 for a box of cereal.
Do you get the bags of cereal now?
You know what? You can actually find, so like I have like one of my weird quirks, and I have many, is I always search for like deals on cereal. So I'm at CVS and they'll have like 2 for 1 in the Special K. I'll buy 25 boxes. And I was just like, I'll just put them in the closet and we'll have cereal. But you know what I also found now? You have to buy it in bulk, but on Amazon.com, they sell like inexpensive cereal.
Sooner or later, you could just go to Amazon for everything.
You can. Like, sooner or later, you'll be like, oh, I should meet a wife. Ooh, Amazon said I would probably like this wife. Okay, I'll send for her.
Free shipping.
They really are pretty. Do you know one of their biggest businesses is like web hosting?
Amazon?
Yeah. Well, like I guess servers. I guess major companies use their servers. Like major. I guess I don't know the actual example, but like CNN might do it or something like that. Apparently, it's a huge business of theirs. They just you don't realize they make a lot of money.
Yeah, they're pretty rich.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
No, I'm going to talk for another hour about cereal.
Cereal Cast, folks. We're changing the name.
I also like. You ever tried puffins?
Never heard of that.
Peanut butter puffins are pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen that before in my life. Are you done with cereal, or you got more?
I do. I'm gonna have people not fall asleep on our show.
Is it my turn or is it yours?
No, you go.
Okay, I want to actually attend the school that I got into and not get screwed over every single day by this stupid school. So I got into the grad program at school, and they have
for what?
For masters in taxation.
That sounds exciting.
Oh, I can't wait! It's going to be so cool. So they have this thing where you go.
Jay, I have a question. So you do tax in your regular life, and yet you want to have an outlet like the show? That's crazy. I thought you'd be self-fulfilled by doing tax.
I know. It's like, I don't even know why I do the show. I'm just so happy doing tax all the time. But
why don't we do a tax-related podcast? We could tell us about the different business tax rules you're learning about in school.
I'm international tax, so we could pick a country every week, and I could tell you about their international tax laws and how they handle depreciation. Jay,
who has a better tax system, Argentina or South Africa?
That's actually 2 of my countries.
Don't answer that question, and I'll go to sleep.
I won't. It was just kind of random.
So what's going on in your school?
So, I got in. I had to, we talked about before how I had to relearn algebra and geometry, and took the test, passed it, got in, and then they said, all right, you're accepted. Click here to see if everything is okay and you're ready to register. So I click here. It goes, yep, you're good to go. So registration starts on December 15th. So December 15th, I go to register, and it says you have an appointment at 11 a.m. I was like, all right, that's cool. So I go to the registrar's office at 11 a.m., and they go, what are you doing here? It's like, well, it says I have an 11 o'clock appointment. They said it's an online appointment. I'm like, well, you could have specified that on your website, like an online appointment. Why doesn't it say just log on at 11? Why does it tell me I have an appointment? So I run back, because I'm at work. So I run back to work, I log on, and then it says I'm locked out. So then it says, click here to find out why. I'm like, well, what was the point of the whole thing that checked to see that I was okay if I'm actually not okay and I'm locked out? So all the while this is going on, I'm looking at the seats left in the class, And every time I hit refresh, the seats go down. So I'm like panicking. And so I found out I am locked out because I don't have all my immunization shots. Somehow I got through, undergrad and, every other school I've attended without these stupid immunization shots. Even a class at this very school.
Jay, do you have polio?
I may after I get the stupid polio shot. I feel like you get the disease more often than you don't get sick of it when you get these shots.
I don't think that happens with polio, actually. I think that happens with the flu. I don't think a lot of people I know have gotten polio.
Well, I hope not.
Unless your good friend is FDR, you're probably good chance you don't know anyone has polio.
Well, that's good to know. So then I call my doctor. My doctor is out of the country. So then I call the health office asking why I need the shots because I went through school, I got my shots right before college.
Yeah.
And nobody in the health office is around. Everyone is just apparently evacuated the school. Can't get in touch with anybody.
What shots do you need? You need polio. What else?
MMR, measles, mumps, and rubella.
Oh, you need a lot of shots, huh?
Yeah. So long story short, finally got in touch with everyone after 4 days. The class is completely filled up, so there's no room left. I got blood work done, which my doctor said is all I needed. Took 2 more days to get a response from the health department at the school, and they said they got the blood work, but I still need a measles shot. So
they can tell from your blood work how recently you got it?
No, they could tell if I'm immune to something or I'm not immune to something. So
which would mean you had the shot a certain amount of time.
I guess. So apparently I'm not immune to measles, so I need a measles shot. But then my doctor's still out of the country, and the class is filled up, so I have no idea what's going to happen.
That sucks.
Yeah, not too happy about that.
So that means you're taking the next semester.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Why don't you just go to a different doctor to get the measles shot?
Well, this is my main doctor. I don't know. She'll be back on Tuesday. I'll probably get it Tuesday. Get cleared by Wednesday.
Other doctors can give you measles shots. It's not
I know, but then you got to fill out all the paperwork, and you're in the office for hours, and it's my busy season at work, and I really don't have time to spend 3 hours in a doctor's office. When you see a new doctor, they want to do a full physical, and you're there half the day. So anyway, if I get all this taken care of Tuesday, then I still have to actually contact the registrar's office and get a seat opened up for the class because the class is full. So I'm very angry. I
know a doctor you can go to.
Yeah.
There's when I went to Thailand with my wife. There's this doctor. I actually went to South America. Went to this doctor who does international vaccinations or shots that you need going certain places, and the yellow fever shot. And so I took her. We went back there, and she was like, "Is this guy who's just seems like a crazy quack?" And she was like, "I can't believe you've been here before and you came back." But the funny part, I guess it's no funny part of the story, but the best part of the story, the shots are each $80, and so we had 2 shots, and the guy comes at the end, he's like $240, and I was like, $240? How? I thought they were each $80, an 80 plus 80, 160. Where's the other 80? And he's like, well, $80 was my consultation, and I was like, you mean? I thought there was no charge for the visit. He's like, no, but I gave you advice about things to do, not to do and not do in Thailand. And I was like, I thought you were making conversation. And he's like, no, I was giving you advice. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? What advice? You were just giving us some tips for Thailand.
Wow, what a scam.
Well, the guy was like, fine. You want to be that way? Fine. You just pay me $160. You can be that way. I was like, okay, sure. And I came $160 and left.
Wow.
It was such a I was like, and the guy was thought I was being fine. If you're gonna be that cheap, I'll just charge you the non-scam rate.
Yeah. Fine if you don't want to pay $80 for no reason.
It was just he was really oh, make sure you drink enough water while you're there because it gets hot. He was just things you thought your doctor would just literally thought he was making conversation with us.
That's funny. All right, so what's your number 3?
I got to think of that.
So you came up with a top 2.
Yeah. So
do you want me to just go through my list?
No, I can think of one on the spot. I am pretty sure I can. I would like here's my new something I'd like. So, what's his name? George Clooney. I want the world to like all admit that George Clooney sucks in movies. He makes every movie worse, and I wish everyone in the world would like settle on this, like even more than like Israeli and Palestinian peace. I want people to admit that George Clooney sucks, and his best role, his height of his career, was when he was on Facts of Life.
I have never heard of somebody so anti George Clooney in my life.
I just think, you see his movies, it always like he plays the exact same character. I know a lot of people do that, and his characters, it's just like there was a movie that he had out recently, Michael Clayton. And because every one of his movies also gets like a lot of hype as like, this is an Oscar-worthy movie. This will be Michael Clayton. This was like, it changed my life seeing it. And you see the movie, you're like, that was the most boring piece of dreck I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe people are like that into it. Then there was Up in the Air. My God, George Clooney played a guy that flew a lot. It's so good. And you see that, you're like, he was kind of a fairly average movie, somewhat entertaining. George Clooney was, he's kind of fine. Like, you know what it is? He's not that bad, but he's the most overhyped movie star I've ever seen in my life. I feel passionately about that George Clooney should have stopped after going on Roseanne. And his career I would have held him in high esteem.
I don't think he's that bad, but I do agree that he doesn't have a lot of movies that are amazing. Although Ocean's 11's awesome, but that's...
And if you could find two movies where George Clooney's in it and he plays different characters, I'd be shocked. No matter what role he's actually playing, he's playing it's like the exact same person.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're right, he wasn't so bad in Ocean's 11. But again, he wasn't so bad.
Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 13. Ocean's 12 was pretty crappy.
When the movies were called Ocean 12 and Ocean 13, I kind of just decided they probably weren't going to be good enough to say.
Ocean's 13 was good, actually.
Really?
Yeah, skip 12, though.
I'm going to skip 13 also.
I don't even know why I watched 13 since I didn't like 12, but I did.
You know what movie's weird? The Scary movies, just on the same long line. Scary Movie 1, which maybe you disagree. I think Scary Movie is a hilarious movie. Did you like it?
No, I thought it was terrible.
You have no taste. Anyhow, so the second one's terrible. But the third one's kind of funny. But then the fourth one's terrible. I've seen 4 Scary Movies.
You have wasted 6 hours of your life.
I don't even think they're all that long.
They got to be around an hour and a half.
They're probably like an hour 20.
That's
I guess around, you're right.
That's a lot of terrible minutes.
Yeah. Okay, what's your next one?
I got into the first one in the movies for free, and I almost asked for a refund.
Okay, so I was on a layover. I had been studying abroad in Australia. I was on a 15-hour layover in LA.
Oh, you were delirious. That's why you thought it was funny.
I was delirious.
Okay.
But I was in the middle of Santa Monica basically by myself. Never been there. And then I was like walking around Santa Monica being like, what the fuck am I going to do in Santa Monica by myself? So I went to the movies, and I think Scary Movie had just come out. And like I saw something about it in like Entertainment Weekly when I was like reading in the airport. And so I went in there. I was in the theater was absolutely packed. I was in the back row, and that's one of the hardest I've ever laughed at a movie.
Yeah, you were definitely delirious.
I was just cracking up out there. And I think it's the only time I've ever seen a movie by myself in the theater.
I worked at a movie theater at the time it was out, so I saw it there. But I almost quit and then asked for a refund.
I can't believe you didn't like it.
I thought it was so bad. I was really, really upset during it.
There aren't too many of those parody movies that I think... I mean, almost every one of those parody movies is terrible that's ever been made. I think Scary Movie's top 5 all-time parody movies.
Okay.
I'll give you the list right now. The top 5 all-time parody movies. Number 1, Airplane 1. Number 2...
UHF.
Airplane 2. Number 3... Okay, I don't know if it's order or not. But UHF. 4, Scary Movie. And 5...
There's no good parody movies.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a 5th one.
I think my list would be UHF. End of list.
You can't think... Oh, maybe... Does Naked Gun... Naked Gun's not really a parody, is it?
I don't know. I didn't like those either, though.
You don't like the freaking Naked Gun movies?
No.
How do we do like a semi-comedy podcast with someone that has no sense of humor?
Yeah, I really don't like almost all comedies. I just watched.
You know what was hilarious, Mark? Apocalypse Now. I cracked up at that.
I just watched Bridesmaids and didn't think it was that funny.
Bridesmaids was mediocre. Bridesmaids is a movie that it's women trying to be funny. Women inherently aren't funny. Once in a while they have breakthroughs and they do some things funny. That movie, because it was produced by women, gets it's like a 15 in the world of like out of 10 because it's produced by women. Because it's like there's some funny parts to it.
There was a couple of very funny parts, and there was a lot of crying and depressing moments, like a lot.
Here's the all-time list of the greatest movies. I'm doing a lot of all-time lists. All-time list of the greatest movies, comedies, basically by women. Number one, what's the one with Lindsay Lohan? Where she's like a high school student?
Freaky Friday?
No, that was out recently.
Herbie.
You don't know the best of Lindsay Lohan by heart?
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. She's only been in one good movie ever. Okay, so Mean Girls is number one.
Sister Act.
No, my list was done. Maybe, okay, Bridesmaids is actually probably the second greatest female comedy ever.
I'm having trouble thinking of... There isn't that many to begin with.
There is almost none to begin with.
Yeah.
The only funny... Have you ever seen Kathleen Madigan?
Don't think so.
She's a female comedian. She is the only funniest female comedian I've ever heard. She's actually hilarious. There's so few of them out.
Yeah, there are not many. Anyway, I thought there was a couple of funny parts. Like, everyone said, oh, it's so funny, you got to see it. If they told me, like, there's a few funny parts, but there's a lot of downtime and a lot of depressing parts, then I would be like, oh, okay. But to say, like, it's so funny, you got to see it, it's kind of a lie.
The dude from Mad Men was kind of funny.
The douchebag guy?
Yeah, he was actually like, the funniest part of the movie, I thought.
Yeah, he was funny. I like the redhead from The Office. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It was just there was a lot of depressing parts.
Yeah, it was like decent.
I just watched Horrible Bosses. I liked it.
I've not seen that. I kind of want to see that.
I would say out of the 3 comedies I've seen in 2011, it was the second best. The number one being The Muppets, and nothing's going to beat that. But
I haven't. I guess I should have seen The Muppets.
So I guess that makes Bridesmaids the worst comedy of 2011 that I've seen. Out of 3.
I saw we actually went to the movies recently. We were at my wife's parents, and they watched him, and we went to see the movie. We saw that movie Young Adult. Have you heard of it?
No, I have no idea what that is.
It's by the same woman that wrote Juno.
So you finally get out of your house and you see a movie nobody's heard of.
I know. It's about this girl who's like really popular in high school, and now she's like 37 years old or something, and she like her boyfriend from high school just got married and had a kid, and so she goes back to her hometown to try to break them up because he's happy. Like she goes back to it's a really dark movie.
It doesn't sound very funny.
It's kind of. It's kind of funny in the sense of like it's not as good of dark comedy. Remember that movie, Very Bad Things?
I don't like saying it because people think I'm sick in the head, but that's probably my favorite comedy like ever.
That movie's really good.
I love that movie. I've seen that movie way more times than I like to admit.
I have not seen that one movie in years, but I love that movie.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't care. It's great acting performances by everyone in it too. And I do not take that sentence back. Is
Christian Slater in that?
Yep. Jeremy Piven, Jon Favreau. It's like all my favorite actors.
Slater actually, like, for the limited, like, he's been in some really freaking good movies.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't make that many movies.
Like, if you go to his movie, like, he was in one of the greatest movies of all time, True Romance. Mm-hmm. Freaking True Romance. First of all, True Romance, there's no movie that has as many future stars as True Romance. Like, there's like Ocean's 11 where they hire a bunch of famous people. That movie, there's so many people that made it big after that movie.
Yeah.
I guess you're not as enthusiastic about True Romance.
I
Whatever.
don't really remember it. I know I've seen it. I don't remember
Oh,
it.
you should see that again. First off, you know who's in that movie? Mm-hmm. The cast. Let me pull up the cast of this movie. It is IMDb True Romance. If anyone's still listening to our show, let me know if you've seen True Romance. That was actually That was one of Brad Pitt's first. That was actually one of Brad Pitt's first movies. Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, his best scene of his entire career was in that movie. Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken also his best role ever. Bronson Pinchot, Samuel Jackson, Michael Rappaport,
I like him.
James Gandolfini. And all these people weren't like that like big when the movie came out, and it's written by Quentin Tarantino. You have to see it. Next time we do break, should have seen this movie and report back.
So, yeah, I said he hasn't done much. He's done 14 movies in the last 2 years.
Christian Slater, really?
Yeah, look at his IMDb.
You know his other movie? Do you remember seeing Heathers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Heathers is pretty awesome also.
Yeah.
What the hell's he been in lately?
Nothing I've ever heard of. But he's got like 5 movies in post-production right now. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, True Romance. I'm adding that right now.
Yeah, is that on... yeah, you have to see that.
I don't have streaming anymore, and I never will, because they have like 4 things. We went through that. We did like 4 episodes on how their streaming sucks.
Okay, let's not go. I'm not going to go to Netflix right now. Oh, what's your next thing on your list?
Next thing on my list is I hope that something happens in Walking Dead in 2012.
Oh, that's too bad.
Because I just read the comic up to issue 90, and every single issue of the comic's awesome, and the show sucks still. That was kind of a weak one, but...
That's really weak. Just think of a new one on the spot. Come on, Jack. Come on.
I hope that I get my couch in 2012.
I thought you already had a couch.
I bought a couch in 2011. I don't have a couch.
It hasn't been 2012 that long. Where'd you get the couch?
Jennifer Convertibles.
You should have got it at Raymore Flanagan.
Apparently I should have, because Jennifer Convertibles is terrible.
First of all, why do you need a convertible?
I don't know. I was just feeling wacky that day.
Like, so you have a pull-out bed now, or should?
No, it was a sectional couch with an ottoman.
Oh, okay. Because their big thing, obviously, is like the pull-out.
Yeah,
like,
no, those are so uncomfortable. It's like, yeah, it's a couch that turns into a bed, but both couch and bed are uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's a couch that turns into uncomfortable in both positions. It's like the worst transformer ever.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable couch that turns into a very uncomfortable bed with a bar in the middle.
And those couches also are so goddamn heavy. So when you like move and you ask your friend to help you move, your friend swears at you.
Yeah, can you move this 4,000-pound couch, please?
Yeah. This couch is so uncomfortable. Why does it weigh 8,000 pounds?
Oh, because it turns into an uncomfortable bed.
Yeah, you should have gone to Raymore Flanagan. They got better deals, and they have really comfortable couches. That's where we got ours.
Yeah, I wish we did this show last week.
Yeah, so why aren't you getting your couch ever?
Well, I ordered a couch, and they said in 2 days the couch will show up. So I threw out my old couch, and the next day a couch showed up. But as they were unwrapping it, I said, this couch looks very, very, very black. And I ordered a beige couch. And then I noticed this couch looks very, very, very leather, and I ordered a fabric couch. And so I said, hey, I think I have the wrong couch.
And this couch looks like a dresser, and I ordered a couch.
So, yeah, exactly. So, like, they showed me the invoice, and the invoice says black leather couch. And I'm thinking, how did the salesman mess this up? Because I was sitting in the actual couch saying, I want this couch. So,
was it like the wrong address? Or the wrong name?
No, everything was correct. The guy wrote, it was the same make, the same, like, I don't know, whatever company that makes the couch, Haney or whatever. So it said Haney, and they were both a sectional. So he got the first 2 parts right. But then on the invoice, he wrote CHOC. I didn't know what that meant. Apparently that means chocolate leather couch. And I was sitting in a beige fabric couch, so why he wrote that, I have no idea. So the delivery people delivered what they were told to.
Right.
But it's not what I ordered. And I have a cat, and the cat's going to scratch the hell out of a leather couch. So, I said, no, I actually want the one I, ordered and paid for. So, they took it back, and they said, they'll probably be back on Tuesday. So I call back Tuesday, like, oh, no, we got to order it from Maryland. So, you got to call back in 2 more days, and then we'll tell you when we're going to deliver it. So I call back in 2 more days, and they're like, yeah, you have to call back on Monday because we still don't know. So I call back on Monday, and they're like, yeah, how about the 13th? And I'm like, well, how about, tomorrow? Because I've been waiting 2 weeks already. And now I have, a big empty living room because I threw my couch out. And
Jay, I'm honestly sorry I asked you about the couch.
Why? Am I boring you?
I'm just making fun of your story.
Yeah.
That sucks to have a couch.
No, it's really bad. So now I have an inflatable mattress in the middle of my living room.
That sucks.
Yep.
That's awful.
At least I only have 7 more days till it gets delivered.
Oh, God.
I'm going to call them on Monday, and if they don't waive the delivery charge, I'm debating canceling the whole order and going somewhere else.
You should go to Raymore Flanagan. You should get to actually keep the leather couch as a rental until you get the new couch.
Well, I thought it was going to be 24 hours, so I didn't even think, hey, I probably won't have one for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it should be when your car breaks down and that they give you a loaner car until your car's fixed. Like that, they give you a loaner couch.
Yeah, I mean, if I knew it was going to be 2 weeks, I would have asked for that, but I thought it was going to be the very next day. So, yep. Anyway, what's your next one?
I gotta think of that one too, huh? I'm completely prepared for today's show. I have to say, I think the technology is advancing too fast. And that's all I have to say about that. Good one. I don't know. I get every there's a new gadget now. I got a new gadget. Got to get a new gadget, and and everyone's really excited about the new gadgets. And for instance, here's what annoys me. Let's say the iPad or the iPhone. They've already made the iPhone 18, but they're just releasing them really slowly, which is a wonderful marketing gimmick. Mm-hmm. But just can't just release the one you had, the one you actually really have. Come on.
Yeah, I also don't like how everyone goes just nuts over well, this one's battery lasts 17 minutes longer, so I'm going to throw out my old one and just buy a new one.
Yeah, that too. Everything about the, actually, this is what annoys me. The Apple enthusiasts, the people that will wait in line to buy an iPhone to get it, slightly early.
Yeah, especially when the Android actually does everything better.
Well, also, especially when the people that don't have to wait in line can go to the store the next day and buy them.
That I always find that so funny. It's
It's the same retards that wait out line to buy the Harry Potter book at 12 midnight because they couldn't buy it the next day.
Right. It's you know what? 1, I'm not impressed that you got it first, and 2, yeah, I bought it the next day and waited 2 minutes instead of 7 hours.
Yeah. It's they're camped out and their only joy is that when the news reporter shows up and the news reporter interviews them because they're the biggest jackass of all because they've been waiting for 18. They've been waiting since the last Harry Potter was released in line to get the new Harry Potter, and the woman's like, "Oh, you've been here for a while? Yeah, I have. Okay, back to you, Jim." And that's the extent of their fame.
There's a great set of YouTube videos where the opening day of all the new video game systems, the Wii, the PlayStation 3, and the Xbox 360, this one guy was one of the first people online, and he went in and he bought it, and then he told everyone to look at him when he got out of the store, and he smashed it on the curb in front of all the nerds that were waiting in line all day.
Yeah.
And then they film the people, and they're literally crying. Because they waited 16 hours and some guy got in before them and smashed it.
That's a really long time to wait for a practical joke.
It really is, but it's funny.
That's really funny.
I think the biggest problem with all the new technology stuff, though, is how everyone's just walking down the street like a zombie, looking straight into their phone and then walking into everything. I've seen 3 people almost get smashed by cars this week. Just typing into their phone and just walking into the middle of an intersection.
they've actually like defeated the conversation now. People's preferred method to like talk to each other is write messages.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten an actual phone call in weeks. Everyone just texts me stuff.
Like, if you called like a buddy of yours and was like, "Hey, what's up?" They'd be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, Jay?"
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah.
Do you have anybody who you actually call and they won't answer the phone and then they'll text you, "What did you want?" I've actually had that happen to me, like immediately. Like the second I hang up, I get a text saying, "What do you want?" I was like, "You fucking kidding me?"
Just pick up the fucking phone.
I didn't even respond. I'm like, "You're a dick."
What did you? Well, maybe if they're in the middle of something.
Then why are you typing text messages that take longer than saying hello? What do you want?
I don't know. Maybe they're using their mouth to like do something else. Maybe they're eating and they can't like take the time away to like they can use their hands.
No, I think that's just obnoxious. That's what we call douchey.
Yes. What's your next one, Jay? I don't know where we are on the list either.
I think we're done with our list.
You have to have another. Come on, think of another one, Jay.
I hope that there is not a dumb catchphrase that catches on this year that everyone repeats over and over and over incessantly, or types or Twitters.
What would last year's be?
Winning.
Yeah.
That was just dumb.
Okay, so when Charlie Sheen or someone like that has a giant breakdown, people have to stop acting like they're surprised.
Or that it's awesome.
It was kind of funny.
It's funny, but it's not awesome. It's not like you're going to run around quoting him and be, "Oh, he's so cool. He lost his kids in a suit, got divorced, and now he pays for sex."
Well, I mean, I have to admit, the 2 weeks when they went really crazy with Charlie Sheen was more entertaining than like the 10 years that his show was on.
It was entertaining, but it's not like walking around like quoting him is not cool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, like, you watch the Jersey Shore, but are you going to go around like quoting Snooki all day?
You know, they're on like season 5 or 6 now.
Are these even real seasons? Like, I feel like there's 2 seasons a year.
Can't they just really follow these people with cameras? I kind of want to see what they're like in their real life. It would be so much better than what you're doing now at this point.
I think that is their real life. Isn't, like, they do 2 seasons a year, right? That show hasn't been on for 5 years.
No, it hasn't been on for 5 years.
I feel like they do that with a lot of shows now. Like, I feel like American Idol's always on, and there's like a billion seasons.
There's always now a talent competition on TV now.
Always, yeah. But they're doing that with a lot of shows, right? They're sneaky and they do 2 seasons a year. Or am I just going crazy?
You know, they also now always do like the celebrity edition, like the Donald Trump, what's this show? The Apprentice Celebrity Edition.
Yeah.
And all it is of these shows is like extra work for actors that can't get any more work.
They're not. Well, half the people I've never even heard of. They're really not celebrities. It's like the son of a guy who was semi-famous. And
well, it's always like I used to be a celebrity.
Well, no, a lot of them are just like the son or daughter of somebody who was famous, and they're not even famous.
Speaking of people that used to be famous, what happened to Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence? Oh, well, he was always terrible, so I'm kind of glad he's gone. He
kind of just disappeared. He's one of those people, like, what actually really surprises me is why he's not on the Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah, maybe he's not washed up enough yet.
Like, what level of washed up do you have to be before you get in the show?
You have to be, it can't be like, oh, Martin's back. It has to be like, oh, I think I remember who he was.
Okay, so I'm going to look up the Celebrity Apprentice, the new edition, and let's just see who's actually on the show this year.
That was on, there was a Celebrity Apprentice this year. I really don't watch.
Someone posted on Facebook, check out the new cast on Celebrity Apprentice. And someone else was like, oh, can't wait to see it. And I was like, I need to defriend this person.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so here are the
Speaking of the talent shows, what's the difference between American Idol and X Factor, other than nothing?
No, nothing. Just absolutely nothing.
It's even got the same judges.
No, Simon Cowell doesn't do the other one anymore.
But Simon Cowell and Paula Abdul do X Factor. So it's basically they took the judges from American Idol and started the same exact show. Here's
what they do the show. They should have a talent competition, and the show should be called People Sing and Get Judged by People with Tourette's. That'd be a great show.
It should just be called Getting Judged by One Nice Person, One Neutral Person, and One Dick.
So
With a British
what's
accent.
what's the other one? America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Howard Stern's going to be one of the judges. So, which means actually, being a huge Howard Stern fan, I'm going to actually have to watch that show.
Which means he gets kicked off the network by like the third episode.
But whatever's going to happen, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So here's the Celebrity Apprentice, which starts, I guess, February 12th. Here's the dumb list that was posted on Facebook. And you tell me if you actually would want to see this person.
Okay.
Adam Carolla.
I'm sick of him.
Arsenio Hall.
Really?
Aubrey O'Day. I have no idea who that is. I assume you don't know either.
Not a clue.
Cheryl Tiegs.
Wasn't she a model in like the 80s?
Yeah, so I'm sure she's really attractive now.
Yeah, great.
Clay Aiken.
That's barely a celebrity.
Speaking of barely celebrities, Diana Mendoza. No clue.
Never heard of.
Debbie Gibson.
She was in recently Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, which is the kind of movies that stream on Netflix, and I watched it.
I thought that was a show on like the Nature Channel or something.
No, it's a cheesy movie that Debbie Gibson's in.
Good for her. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least you should have some name recognition for some reason if you're going to be on the show. Dee Snider.
Okay.
George Takei.
Dee Snider was the lead singer of Twisted Sister, for those of you who don't know. George Takei was the Asian guy from Star Trek. He's funny. He's
kind of funny. He's on actually on Howard Stern a lot. Actually, he's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. Lisa Lampanelli.
She was really funny for like a year, and then I think it got to her head, and now she's just annoying.
Her big thing is she's racist,
and she loves sleeping with black guys.
She sleeps with black guys, and she's racist, or she makes a lot of racial jokes, like any kind of like minority bigoted joke, and it's funny because she'll rip on. It's not that funny. That's what it comes down to. She's like mildly entertaining for a short while.
She like totally knocked it out of the park on one of those celebrity roasts, and then has been like terrible since.
Yeah, she's like okay. Lou Ferrigno,
the Hulk from the '80s show,
would only be a good character if he was actually still dressed in all green.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Michael Andretti.
Was he a race car driver?
The thing of the show is like you have to guess what they did.
Yeah.
Patricia Velasquez. I could look up the bios. I'm not going to.
I have no idea who that is. Maybe that should be the show. Everyone else on the cast has to guess what the other person did.
Yeah. Paul Tetoul Sr. Who the fuck knows? Nope. Penn Jillette, which he's actually pretty interesting.
I like Penn a lot.
Teresa Gudici.
Not a clue.
Tia Carrera.
She was in Wayne's World and then nothing else.
Yes, that was the highlight of her career and only highlight. And Victoria Gotti.
Is that John Gotti's like daughter or something?
It must be.
That's what I mean. There's daughters of people who are famous.
Wait, let's just see. I clicked on her bio, and she best-selling author of 3 novels, including Senator's Daughter, I'll Be Watching You, and Superstar. Wait, where's the relation? She best known as the matriarch in the hit A&E reality show Growing Up Gotti. I don't know. Maybe she's Gotti's wife.
Probably something like that. It's some sort of relation to somebody who was famous, but they're not.
I mean, it is the yeah. It's like a grab bag of terrible celebrities.
Yeah, that isn't even as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's pretty terrible, though. I mean, at least 50% of the people, I don't think neither of us even knew who they were.
Have you ever watched a celebrity? So have you ever watched Apprentice?
I've watched like 2 episodes. It's really hard for me to get into these shows.
Yeah.
First of all, if I don't watch the first episode, like I'm too anal. I can't like jump in on like episode 7.
I've seen a couple episodes of the show, and it's like it's kind of like at least I saw the early seasons, and before I've never seen a celebrity one, but I'm like it's kind of an interesting show, and you're like, oh, this is not bad. Then you're like, oh, when's it on again? Next week at the same time. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like not that like it's not compelling enough that you'd actually need to see a second episode.
I'm never in front of the TV at the same time on multiple weeks anyway.
You can DVR it.
Yeah, now I have
but I
DVR.
can also not DVR it.
Oh, I quit The Office.
I did too. It's pretty bad this year.
It was bad last year, too.
It's been pretty bad for a long... It was actually the first 2 seasons were really funny, and that's about it.
We were like a season behind, so we took out the first disc of last season.
Yeah.
And we watched the whole first disc. And my girlfriend and I looked at each other. We're like, we laughed like twice throughout that entire like 3-hour disc. I think it's time to quit. But then we realized that the first 2 minutes before the theme song comes on are usually funny.
Yeah.
So we decided to just watch the first 2 minutes of every episode and then stop. So that's what we've been doing every week now.
That's a show where if you haven't caught it when it's on, you should just like not watch it.
Yeah, well, since we were season behind, we had recorded this whole season. So yeah, we started watching, and as soon as the theme music comes on, I just hit delete.
What are you watching now? Oh shit!
I think that's it for the episode. The baby alarm just went off.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later, man. So thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com, 631-676-1181 is the voicemail. We'll play voicemails next episode. And Nick of Sanity on Twitter. And subscribe on iTunes. Thanks for listening, everybody. And we will be back soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end.